and good afternoon. Thank you for joining me on another Self-Care Monday series. Today we are going to be working on a homemade rosewater as well as a face toner. So it's a 2-in-1 special. But before we get started, let's go over some of our materials that we'll be using for today. Okay, so you'll need 2 major ingredients and then of course your supplemental. So you'll need some roses as well as some distilled water. For packaging, you'll need a sealable container, spray bottle, a funnel, a tablespoon measuring measuring cup, and then you'll also need your pan. And because I don't own a lid for this pan, I'm going to go ahead and use a glass bowl to cover it. And then of course you'll need your hot plate stove in order to heat everything up. First thing you'll need to do with your roses is go ahead and clean off the petals. And in order to do this, you got to be careful of the stem because roses naturally have thorns on them. So try to buy some without that. You're going to grab it where the stem meets the flower. Use your other hand to grab the petals. And you're going to go ahead and twist out the stem and the petals in opposite directions. And the petals should go ahead and come on off, and then you'll just go ahead and discard the stem. And then you'll just unravel all the petals until you get to the very center. And then you're going to go ahead and do that for 6 roses. I went ahead and did that beforehand. So I have a big batch of 6 roses and all the petals. What you'll need to do is go ahead and heat up your pan. Measure roughly 1.5 liters of water, and that's approximately 51 ounces. You may need a bigger pan for this. I'm going to use roughly 1 liter of water. Grab a handful of these roses and put them in. You want to make sure that the roses are submerged in the water. And you're going to add until just the top of the roses are covered. The rose petals, that is. Like I mentioned, you may need a bigger pan than this. And I think that's all the roses I can add into this pan itself. And we're going to go ahead and let this simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes. But you want the redness of your flower petals to dull, and it's going to turn slightly pink. And then we'll go ahead and move on from there. Once you have all your petals turn kind of a pinkish purple, it's simmered for about 20 to 30 minutes. You're going to grab yourself a strainer and a large bowl. And you're going to go ahead and strain your water, which is now rose water, into your larger bowl. So you just carefully do that. And what we're doing is separating the rose petals and the water itself. And then you can go ahead and toss the used roses or petals off to the side. Now for packaging, you're going to go ahead and put the rose water into your sealed container. You're going to carefully do that. And you're going to go ahead and keep doing that until you filled up your container. Now, in order to use the rose water, you're going to go ahead and get yourself a spray bottle a funnel if you have one, and then a tablespoon, measuring spoon. Now the benefits of using rose water is that it's going to help balance the pH in your skin, which helps reduce oiliness. If you're prone to acne, it's also going to help with that. It also helps soothe skin irritation. Now we're going to go ahead and get 1 tablespoon of rose water. Pour that in there. And then you're going to get your distilled water and add 4 tablespoons. Rose water also helps reduce redness in your skin, and it also may help reduce fine lines and wrinkles. But you're going to measure 4 tablespoons of water. Then once you've done that, all you have to do is just go ahead and put the top on, spray it on your face. If you want to add more, all you have to do is just add more rose water. Again, it's a 1:4 ratio. So it's 1 tablespoon of rose water, followed by 4 tablespoons of water. And because I went over on the first spoon, on the last one, I'm not going to fill it up all the way. Again, this is just to help balance out the pH in your skin, reduce redness, skin irritation, reduces redness in your face, and then it also helps out with fine lines and wrinkles. Thank you for joining me on today's Self-Care Monday series. Today we made some homemade rose water using some red roses and distilled water. And in order to make the face toner, it is a 4:1 ratio. You're going to use 1 part rose water and 4 parts distilled water. And I have that in this lovely spray bottle here. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to all of our social media platforms. We have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to call us, and our March supply kits will be ready by the end of the month. So be sure to just go ahead and submit some requests for supply kits. We have some very interesting things happening this upcoming month, from crafty kits to creative corner. Again, thank you for joining me this afternoon, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.